Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to break down this perfect trade that I took today. Before we start, once again, my school group, it's free for every single one of you to join. There is a link in the description. You guys can write stuff in this group. There's a classroom where I'm going to be updating more videos. We have daily live trading sessions starting next week. So there's a ton of value. Like I said, guys, it's free. I'm not charging anything for it. So today I was trading YM. Lately, I've been on YM. The setups have just been immaculate versus NQ. They have been a little choppy. I've just noticed that it's easier to define the direction of where the market wants to go on YM versus NQ. So take a look at this chart right here on NQ, then look at YM. Oh my God, it's so much easier to depict what's going on. I immediately saw when I pulled up to the markets, I was looking at the markets. This is where I'd come to the markets right here. And I was like, okay, well, we have this fair value gap right in here, but I don't like how the body of this candle is closing lower than the first candle. And usually when I see a fair value gap like this, I just want it to be very clear. For me to open up my eyes, I'm like, oh, that's it. So one thing that I want you guys to notice too is look at the distance from the first candle's high to the third candle's low. That fair value gap is really small. Then I said, okay, that one's obviously disqualified. Yeah, we do have this inversion fair value gap right here that I could use, but overall we have this fair value gap that's a lot thicker in size compared to all of these other fair value gaps. So I said, do you know what? This is most likely the strongest fair value gap since it's the biggest imbalance. It's like much bigger, the actual price range for this first candle's high to this third candle's low compared to all these other fair value gaps that I would be looking to take a trade off of. So immediately I saw that price was already within this fair value gap on this candle right here. And that's where I ended up taking 5 contracts long right there. I bought at 49,339, so 339 right here, right above the fair value gap. I was like, okay, cool, but I'm only 5 contracts deep. I've usually been doing like 10 or 15 contracts. So I was like, do you know what? If it retrades into here, I'm going to enter another 5 contracts. And that's where I entered more at 39,302. So I got a really nice entry right there, past the halfway point inside this fair value gap right there. So it's a really, really premium level to be buying at. And that's exactly what I did. So I bought for a discount, I should say. And then after I got into the trade, I was like, obviously my stop loss is below the first candle that makes a fair value gap right here. So my stops are right down there. Then my take profit, I was stuck between going to this high or this high right here. But ideally, when I took this trade, and also guys, I screen recorded me taking this trade and I put it on my shorts for my YouTube channel so you guys can see the actual like trade playing out in real time. But ideally, I was like, okay, well, if I was to go for this high from my entry to my take profit, it's not even bigger than from my stop loss to my entry. Like my entry to my stop loss is bigger than my entry to my take profit. So I obviously want to go for a nice bag. So that's exactly what I did is I went for this high right up here. And then I closed out the trade at 49,408. So 49, right below it, I actually ended up closing the trade. So it did end up hitting this high right here, which was nice. And it is still going up. Really nice bullish price action right now. For the day, I made 437, about to pass this eval account as well as a bunch of other ones. Had a little step back. I actually ended up losing all of my accounts on Take Profit Trader, even my pro accounts. And they're like, oh, if you want to reset it, it's going to be like $600 per account. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. That's retarded. I'll pass another account in less than a week. So ended up buying more accounts. And all I gotta say is screw gold. I'm not trading gold. Gold is very volatile, and if you're doing too big of a contract size like I did on a trade, you can lose your accounts extremely quickly. So, Yeah, I've just been trading YM and Q. I've really been loving the price action on YM lately. I don't know, it's just a lot more clear versus NQ. Like, yeah, it's easy to see we're in an uptrend, but these ranges from these lows to these highs are pretty freaking massive. And I don't like how this, let's say this is like a higher low. This is a new higher high. And let's say this is a higher low. And then you would expect right here a new higher high to come. It doesn't even retest the previous high. And then it goes and stop hunts, stopping everyone out at this lower high that have stops. It's just not the type of price action that I like to see versus YM. Look at it's making these higher highs and higher lows. And then it did the same thing I just showed you on NQ. It didn't break this high, but it didn't go and break this previous lower high, which is nice. Then what happens? New higher high, higher low. Now it's forming these new higher highs right in here. So, and guys, just to remind you, I've been on the 1 minute time frame lately. Seen a lot of success on there. I don't know, the 30 seconds is nice, but the 1 minute I think is just the bread and butter after all the data I've collected over the past couple of months. I'm not keeping it super strict with my timing. I literally show up to the markets whenever I want. And I don't know if God's just on my side when I trade or something, but I feel like every time I open up my laptop, a setup's right there in front of my face. I don't have to wait for 30 minutes, an hour. It's like, boom. I'm able to recognize these patterns so freaking easily now that it just all makes sense. So I did post a video the other day. You guys should check. It was February 2nd, I think. How to identify proper trading setups. And this video will go really deep into my strategy, and you guys will understand my strategy after watching that to a T. So check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.